Welcome to another edition of Fit and Fire. I'm Mark, and I really appreciate you guys stopping by. So real quick, down in the description below, I've got tons of different links for you guys to swing by and check out. One of those is fitandfire.com, and that's my website to supplement all the stuff in these videos. I have great deals of the week, great internet finds, my build list, ways to save you money, so on and so forth. So by all means, swing by, check it out. I'd really appreciate it, and it's a good way to support the channel. One of the great deals that's on my website right now is what this video is about, and that is the G2C from Taurus. I went ahead and jumped on this when I saw this come across Palmetto State Armory's website. It's $199.99 as of the filming of this video, and you get free shipping. So I went ahead and dropped the $200 on this myself. This is my money in this pistol. Full disclosure, no one sent this to me. And I want to kind of do a little bit of a initial impression unboxing type of video. I've already taken it out of the box and I've kind of messed with it a little bit. I haven't had a chance to get it to the range as of yet, but I wanted to share my initial thoughts with you guys, share a con and a pro that I see with this pistol right out of the gates, and then we'll talk about what we're going to do with it in the future. So let's talk about the specifics here real quick. 6 1/4 inches long, it's going to be 5 inches tall, and then 1 1/4 inch wide. It has a 3.5 inch barrel, and that's kind of a point that I'll make a little bit later, how I actually like that a little bit better. And then it weighs in at 21.15 ounces. So it's going to be a little bit heavier than some of your other subcompacts, but one of the great things that it has going for it is from the factory, you're going to get 2 12-round magazines. So that's already a larger capacity than the Glock 26. That's a larger capacity than the P365, that's better than the Glock 43, and on and on and on, all the different subcompacts that are out there on the market today. It feels good in the hand. It feels like a decent quality pistol. It doesn't feel like you know, some of your high points or your skies or anything like that. It actually has some quality feels to it. So if you're into the feels, I don't know. With that being said, one of the things that I'm not necessarily a huge fan of, but I'm okay with it, is the grip texture. This is very, very similar to the Smith & Wesson M&P 9 2.0. The texture, I think, is almost identical, but one thing that it has going for it is it does have these little slits in the frame to kind of break that texture up a little bit. However, if you're going to carry this with you every single day, I really suggest sanding down that texture a little bit on whatever side is going to be up against your body, whether it's going to be if you're carrying an appendix, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, whichever way you carry. I do highly recommend you guys sand that down a little bit to help save your skin because it's pretty abrupt. One of the other great features that this pistol has is the fact that it has an adjustable rear sight. So you don't have to have any type of sight press. All you need is a jeweler's screwdriver, hit up the screw a little bit, you can adjust it. To be frankly honest with you, I've never had to adjust a sight from any factory pistol. Okay, so let's talk about 2 of the major cons that I have with this pistol right out of the box. I don't think that they're going to be an end-all for people. Once I get it out to the range and put some rounds through it, it may not be a problem at all, but from the box is number 1, the trigger. The travel on this is, I mean, it's like a mile in comparison to all the other pistols that I've ever had to deal with, right? So this is very, very long to get to the wall. Now, the good thing about it is once you get it to the wall, that thing breaks like you wouldn't believe. Once you get it there, there's no creep to it whatsoever. It is right there and crisp. See that? Oh man. With the Glocks, there's always a little bit of a creep, maybe 1 millimeter or so, but there's a sponginess to it. Same with the Smith & Wesson's M&P 9s, at least generation 1. And with this, no, not at all. This thing is very, very crisp. Here it is again, take up and break. So that's something I'm going to have to really figure out on my own, just determine whether or not that travel to get the slop out of the trigger is going to be something that is actually a con for me, or if it's just something I'm going to have to learn how to deal with. The other thing is, this is actually going to be the very first pistol, striker fired pistol that has a thumb safety. Now, I'm not a big fan of thumb safeties. I know that they're out there, and I understand why that they're out there. But with today's technology, with the trigger safeties, you know, this one already has one. There's no way for me to fire this pistol if that torsion bar on the trigger is not engaged, right? So that is something that I don't quite understand. It's a redundancy, I guess, but you know, sometimes redundancy is good. It is fairly easy to actuate, right? So, and it's right in the perfect spot, at least for my thumb. So when I draw my pistol, right, it's going to be right there. So I'm drawing, and boom, I can take that safety off very, very easy. Or as I'm drawing, I can already have it off because my thumb is naturally just going to rest there, which is pretty nice. I'm okay with that. But again, that may be a downside. It may be something that I forget to do, and then I'm trying to pull the trigger and I'm like, oh crap, take the safety off, dummy. So that is something for you guys to consider if you're interested in the G2C. Now let's talk about the number one plus when it comes to this pistol, and that's the price. You can find it anywhere from $200 to about $250, regardless of where you're trying to pick it up from, whether that be Palmetto State Armory or like Academy Sports, or you know, sometimes it goes on sale other places. But this pistol is a very high value, I think, right out of the box in comparison to a lot of its siblings, right? So if we were to compare this, say, to the SIG P365, you could actually buy 3 of these for the price of that P365. Now, I say about, I mean, if you're going to pick up a P365 for $600, then yeah, but you can find it, I think Bass Pro Shops have them for $550 right now. You can find them somewhat cheaper, like Brownells, or I think when I bought mine from Academy Sports, it was $499. So, you know, that's a thing, you know, but for just about 2 to 3 times the cost, is the P365 better? I mean, the size of it, yeah, it's a little bit smaller, but we're talking fractions of an inch at this point. The other great thing about it is that it has a 3 1/4 inch barrel rather than the 3-inch barrel from the P365. I think it's just barely over, it's like 3.1 or whatever, but it's basically a 3-inch barrel. That will help a little bit with accuracy, and I think maybe the larger frame may help with accuracy as well, because you're able to get more of a purchase on this pistol as you're presenting and can provide a little bit more of a stable platform. But we will find out, because that is kind of my goal with this pistol. I'm going to take it out to the range. I'm going to run it through several hundred rounds of ammunition and just kind of check it out and see what I think about it. I'm not going to put thousands of rounds because I just don't have the ability to do that. I don't have the money to do that. I'll put probably anywhere between 300 to 500 rounds through it, more than likely through one range trip. And I'm going to kind of compare it to the P365, because I think that this pistol is in some ways the #1 competitor to the P365. Again, it's only shaving fractions of an inch from this pistol to get to the P365. So the question is it a better value? SIG has had some turbulent times introducing the P365. There's a lot of people that said, you know, I don't even want to deal with it right now. I'm just going to wait maybe another year, 2 years until they get all the bugs worked out, and then I'll go maybe pick one up. These have been out on the market for quite some time. This is actually the third generation, technically, of this pistol. It began with the PT-111, and then it became the PT-111 G2 Millennium, and now we are at the G2C. By and large, the pistol is completely the same. They've tweaked a few things, but for the most part, this is the same pistol as the PT-111. So Taurus has gone through and worked some of the bugs out, and we'll see. So I don't know. We're going to check it out. We're going to put it up against the P365 and see how well it does. We'll have a follow-on video here in a couple of weeks and get it out to the range and put it through its paces, right? So there you go. Sound off, guys. Tell me what you guys think of the Taurus G2C. Yeah, I do know that Taurus is not the best manufacturer out on the market today, but for $200, are you guys going to go ahead and risk that and check this out? I'd like to know what you guys have to say. Sound off in the comment section down below. I really do appreciate you guys swinging by and checking things out. Thank you for all the support, all the new people that have come by and subscribed to the channel. Thank you so much. Don't forget to hit that bell button to make sure you're getting notifications of all my new videos. And of course, don't forget about my live chats as well. That's really all I got this time. I really do appreciate it. Thanks, guys. Here comes a high five. Ready? Here we go. If you made it this far in the video, then I'd really appreciate you guys would consider subscribing. You can do that right here. Or if you want to check out some other videos that I've got going, check them out right here. If you like the hoodies and shirts that I'm wearing, that's Revolutionary Patriot. I got a link to their website down in the description below with a discount code. And as always, keep on dropping those bells and shells. Thanks, y'all.